Hey, hello, my friends. Rick Billings here. Hey, I wanted to jump on here and do a Facebook Live. When you're logging in, let me know where you're watching from. Go ahead and put your, no matter where you're tuning in around the world, go ahead and or you're seeing this on YouTube or Facebook. I'm using StreamYard, which is a new streaming platform that allows you to stream 5 locations simultaneously, which is pretty cool. So let me know where you're watching from. If you're on Facebook, I think you have to okay the comments, and then let me know, and I'll pop it up on the screen as you chime in here. And so, towards the end, if you want to ask me any questions about business, feel free to jump out there and ask me anything about business. That'd be great. And there's somebody from Florida. I think you got to approve it on Facebook first. But anyway, I put a topic up there. I think quarantine is great, and maybe a lot of people disagree with me, but being in quarantine right now, I think has a lot of benefits. I really do. I think it has benefits beyond us, benefits beyond the COVID-19 virus that we're dealing with. And yeah, Richard loves StreamYard. Yeah, I've been following these guys for about 6 months now. These 2 young kids that developed this is pretty cool. Anyway, it's one of those things that, I won't say I've been quarantined, but I've been self-employed my entire life, over 35 years now. And what that's allowed me to do as my first career, we had a photography studio, obviously, but we had a home studio for a big portion of that time. And so my wife worked in the studio with me, so I've seen her all the time. And, you have to, when you work together, there's things that you have to, have some understandings about, some agreements about, and stuff like that. I've always had a philosophy that don't let anybody else ruin our day. If a customer comes in and that customer has a problem, don't let them irritate us and make us disagree about something. And it's a challenge, to work together and have that understanding from a husband and wife versus an employee relationship. But the last 15 years, I've been self-employed in the network marketing industry, and being self-employed like this is, I've always been around our kids, our family. We've been able to take them to school and stuff like that. So the relationship that I have with my 3 boys right there is, priceless. It really is. I mean, they're like my best friends. Right? We talk all the time. We still talk all the time, although we're traveling around the country in a, 44-foot motor coach and enjoying life and seeing the beautiful country. And we'll do that for maybe another couple years, and then we'll sell the coach or keep the coach, either way, and we'll settle that back down in Florida. But when you're around your family right now, you need to cherish that. You need to do a lot of things. You need to, it helps you learn more about your kids and how they act, and maybe your wife's a stay-at-home and you're going to work and seeing what she's dealing with during the day. The appreciation value goes up, right, of what the parenting roles are doing throughout the day and stuff like that. We had an understanding I was going to be doing network marketing and working on the computer and stuff like that. And so if I'm on a call with somebody, or I'm doing a Facebook Live like this right here, or a training, the family knew that they couldn't be, running into my office, because I had a separate office. When we had the house, I had a separate office. They couldn't run an office. I actually, like to have a glass door so they could see in, right? They could see me in. They didn't have to come in, but they could look through the glass door and see me in that office. And that's a piece of cake to do, right? You put a French door on your, or a pair of French doors in your office, and it's a neat thing. So anyway, the point is that when you need to do business, I feel very, passionate about, when you're doing business, you should conduct it in the most professional way that you can, and learn from others. I've been on Zoom calls, I've been on meetings, big group meetings, and people are eating. And that just makes me want to just shut their video off in a second. That is so rude, and I just don't want to get on a soapbox here. But if you're building a business, a business. Treat it like a business. You need to be professional. You don't need to be stuffing your mouth on a meeting. Just shut your video off, right? Or somebody else is, they're sitting there looking at their phone. They're sitting there looking right here, meetings going on, and they're not paying attention. If you want to do that, shut your video off. That's a tip, okay? Be professional. The more professional you are, people see. Here's the thing about it is, when I was in the photography business, people could not tell me that, oh my God, look at all what you did to those photographs to make them look so beautiful. All the retouching and all the time we spent, which is amazing, the amount of time we spent. They couldn't tell me, but in their mind, they knew that picture looked better than something else. They knew that picture was a better image. And that's how we build a large part of our business, is creating the best of the best. And so when you're, showing up, okay, online, you're showing up, make sure that you're professional. Okay, make sure you have okay lighting on your face. Make sure the background's not super distracting. Make sure you're not eating, and pay attention. If you don't want to pay attention, just turn your video off, okay? Because it's distracting to other people, okay? And so anyway, but as we're in quarantine, you're going to learn more about your kids. If you have children, your spouse, people say, I want time freedom. I want spend more time with my family and friends. Well, you can't spend as much with your friends right now because of quarantine, besides on video and stuff like that, but you can with your family. And how would that feel to always do that? How would that feel to spend the rest of your life with your family, your friends, when you wanted to? Yes, you still got to work and build a business. Yes, you still have to create that income, but when you can create residual income, okay, that over time can continue to be residual, that's powerful. You then have that time freedom. I mean, I have some strategies because I'm a visionary. I feel I've always been a visionary. First digital photographer in probably the world back in 1995, and took a lot of arrows. Bought a $30,000 camera from Kodak. Converted my studio digital. Everybody thought I was crazy. And then I lectured for Kodak for 11 years, and they paid me $3,500 a lecture for 3 hours to share my knowledge with other photographers around the world. So, but anyway, getting back on track is that I put some systems in place, and they're long-term strategies. And I don't try to teach new people these strategies. But if you're disciplined enough to spend maybe an hour or 2 hours a week to build you a blog, one of my blogs, rickbillings.com, I started in 2001, 19 years ago, okay, generates me leads that come in, to my business. I have a product-based blog that I started 9 years ago, and it's taken up to 9 years, but now I get consistent orders every day for people looking for the benefits of the ingredients of our products. And I just dropped a big clue for you there, okay? It's the ingredients and not particularly the products. And I get orders every day, and that creates residual income. I have 1,200 videos on YouTube, 1,200, and that creates ongoing leads all the time. And so I just say this because the fact is that, you're in quarantine right now. You have a chance to learn. Some of you still have to work. Some of you are connected to work and stuff like that. And that's great. That's great. You're still getting paid and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people aren't. And now's the time to learn. Spend some time learning. There's a lot of junk out there, and there's a lot of great stuff out there. Look to a mentor. Find somebody that would help mentor you and give you the guidance of what you should be looking at, okay? So I just wanted to say, the quarantine right now, I think it's a great thing. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, the circumstances we have, but it's going to allow us to look at all these things I've mentioned to, discover more things. And maybe the outcome for a lot of people is their lives are going to change. That they say, I don't never want to go through that again. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to be more open. I'm going to maybe explore to have my own business, which I would just hope everybody would do, because now you control your own life. We talk about the government and we watch all these things like that, and I'm not going to get political or nothing like that, but it sounds like we've had to rely on some foreign countries on a couple things that maybe we shouldn't have had to rely upon them for. And I think that's going to change. I think the government's probably going to change that and say, why should we be relying on somebody else as big as we are? And that's what I say, and I would hope for yourself, is why would you rely on somebody else to make the income that you feel you deserve? And your income is always tied to your personal development and your learning, because you can make as much money as you want in this industry. There's no cap. Company has no cap. A good company is not going to sit here and say, okay, we're going to cap you at a certain income. They allow you to make as much as you want to make. Why not? Okay? Because it's all based on products moving through an organization. If products don't move, you don't make any money. Trust me. If products don't move through, consumers, through business partners, through team efforts, through training, you don't make any money. Okay? How can they pay you if nothing comes in? The people who don't think this industry doesn't work are just ignorant. Okay? Unlimited income can be made in this industry. Referral business, recommending things, is the most powerful and oldest method of marketing on this planet. It's human nature. It's in our DNA. When we like something, when we feel that something could be beneficial to somebody else, we've seen a good movie, read a good book, we eat a good dinner, we tell people. It's human nature, okay, that we tell people. Why not get paid for it? And that's exactly what we do. We're the marketing arm for a company, and we share their products that people need and want. And when they purchase those, they pay us a nice commission. We build a sales team. They continue to do the same. So anyway, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and leave some comments below. Share it with somebody else, and we will talk to you on another Facebook Live or YouTube Live video in the future here. Okay. Any questions you have for me, or if you'd like anything for me particular to talk about, and business-wise, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to do a Facebook Live about it. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great day.